Hey guys, I'm going to throw one out there that is directly from the Department of, for whatever it's worth, department. I see quite a few videos, guys falling, and they're working with really high cut here on the top, starting quite a ways up, coming down, and then you see here the second cut coming in from the bottom, but that second cut is basically horizontal. It's fine, it works. But something that I think about when I'm cutting is I want to spend as little time as possible on that tree. You know, I've often said a lot of guys can tell us, you know, how many gallons per day they'll put through a machine or something. But I think about how many calories am I burning per tree. And, you know, this notch angle sort of stuff, I see that, and, you know, it's not uncommon. Occasionally the game of logging training is mentioned. And this, you know, starting way up here, coming down, and I've never done this horizontal. I come up a little bit. But the whole idea is that open face angle. But that's, you know, that's level 1 cutting. That's the basics, fundamental stuff. What I really enjoy doing is teaching that level 3 and the level 4 cutting levels there, because that's when we get into that production mode, and it's take the basics, don't compromise the safety, but minimize the time. And all I'm trying to point out here is I can start my first cut at a lower angle, end up in the same place. I'm opening the notch up a little bit by just coming up from the bottom. Another way I've said it is I want to make as little sawdust around that tree as possible to get it on the ground. You know how chain really doesn't like to rip fiber lengthwise. So the more you can get it down to more of a cross-cutting the fiber, it's going to cut faster. Less sawdust, less time, same result, same hinge. On the other side, this is something else I see that, honestly, I kind of cringe. You know, on the right side, you know, forward leaner, right side, bore in, cut to the back. That's fine. That's pulling the bark and what I call the dirt off the base of the tree. But when we're going in on the left side, you bore in behind on the left side, get your hinge wood, and then start cutting backwards. A couple things going on. The work being done, the wood being cut, is on the top of the bar. The energy to do that work is coming from the bottom of the bar. So all that energy has to go around your bar tip. You got a lot of friction on the bar. It just draws some power, you know, from getting the job done. The other thing is you're driving the sharp cutting edges right into this bark, and this tree's been standing here probably 80 to 100 years. The bottom of these trees are dirty. I mean, there's just dust collected in this bark. And no, it's not like, you know, cutting into mud, but tree after tree after tree, it takes the edge off your chain. It takes that point off, and you're going to be filing more often. It just takes more time. So again, this would be level 1 stuff. What I'm going to do here, or what I've already done, I line up, start in the back, go in, and now I'm pulling that bark and dirt off. When I'm at the base of a tree, I'm always wanting to pull that bark off. And then, of course, you leave your trigger wood in the back and cut her loose and let her go. I'm going to try to set this up and get her on the ground quick. So you're seeing it. I've often chuckled it, for a while there seemed to be this thing about rate my stump. And I was going to throw out one, compare my stump. And what you see is the top of the stump is clean, basically. I want to pull that bark, any of that fine dust, silt or whatever that's around the base of the tree, pull it off. And honestly, I found I could cut another maybe 2 trees a day just by changing that pattern of cutting and minimizing that notch time. 2 trees a day times a week, that's a hitch. Times 4, truckload a month. Pretty good return for just changing up the cutting pattern a little bit. Take care, guys. Be safe out there.